Hey, what's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? So I'm going to check something out today. I was watching some videos on um, YouTube today, just trying to get some new information, checking out the news, all kinds of different things going on. Again, this is Brian Maples. If you guys haven't already subscribed, please like and subscribe if you can, or don't like, but please subscribe. It really helped me out. I appreciate that. If you find this content useful, please, if you have any questions, email me at fbacommute@gmail.com. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to get into today. So, what I've been looking at, and it's a new feature. I was actually watching Trevon Peterson. Really good. If you guys haven't checked him out, I think he's one of the best YouTubers out there for Amazon FBA. So he had Bradley Sutton on. And for those that you don't know who Bradley Sutton is, he's like one of the head guys at Helium, and he brings out all the updates and everything else. I'm sure you've seen him if you're using Helium. He wears a backwards cap, which I like to do myself from time to time without without this part usually. But yeah, he's the Helium guy, and he was showing off some new features. You have to have the platinum version, so I decided to check it out. And he did have a discount code. I don't know what it is, but you guys could check it out over on Trevon Peterson's channel. But really cool. So what the new stuff added here was, yeah, I guess it's going to eventually be rolled out on a regular platform as well. So for those of you that have just the platinum, it'll be rolled out to you. I might have said the platinum earlier. This is the one above platinum. This is like the diamond. So right now the diamond's the only one that has it, I believe. So I upgraded to the diamond to check it out. The platinum plan eventually will get it, from what I understand. It's in beta right now, I think. So at any rate, here's the new feature. So when you go into Black Box and you click on Black Box, and then when you go over to keywords, what's really cool, what they added, what I really like, is they added a couple things here at the bottom. They added revenue and competitors. So you can choose, let's say you want more than 10,000 revenues for at least 10 sellers in that niche for a minimum. Or you could go with whatever number you want, which is really cool. So you can customize it the way you want it. Also, what I really like is they have review competitors for how many competitors. So we used to do, right when Paul was teaching, and I kind of subscribe to this. And it's not a bad way to do it if you can find them, but there's so many other things to research though. But if you want to do something very specific, let's say you want to have less than 75 reviews, and you want to have it in 7 sellers at least have less than 75 reviews, right? So if we were doing a top 7 out of 12, this will just do 7 sellers will at least have less than 75 reviews, which is really cool. So it lets you customize how you're searching for things and kind of define what you consider good in your own way. And I like how it does the 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. I kind of wish it would give a little more customization there. I wish it would go up to maybe 12,000, 15,000, or whatever you want to put, whatever number you want to put in there. I think that would be nice. And also for this, I wish it would let you customize a little bit more. Maybe do 85 reviews or 90. I wish it didn't just have to be 50, 75, or 150. Like, what about 125? Like, I usually like to go like 120 or lower, 125 or lower. So it doesn't have that, right? So you could go 150, and maybe not a huge difference there. But point being is I'd like to be able to customize that a little more. But regardless, it's still a very cool feature that they've added to Helium, which I really think is going to be invaluable. So let's do less than 75. Also, you can do competitors' ratings here. So it's a pretty neat feature that they've added, and it lets you customize it more. And what they also talked about was under the Helium, I'd have to pull up something on Amazon, but it lets you customize. There's a score that it comes up with, and it lets you customize your score based off of whatever criteria that you think is important. So if you think so much revenue or so many reviews is important, it'll give you a quality score based off of what criteria you put in your settings inside the Helium extension, which is really cool. I don't know if you need Diamond for that. I'm going to check it out right now, but I have Diamond, but I'm not sure if it updated my Chrome extension though. So let's give it a shot. So let's go ahead and choose. Let's just do all categories for now, because those are some pretty strict criteria right there, I think. And we're going to do minimum sales, at least, let's say 300. And we don't really care what size. I mean, we do, but let's just put all sizes. And let's let's see. Let's just kind of keep it at that. And there's so many other ways you can do this, but monthly revenue, we've got, just 10. At least that 10,000 instead of doing it here. And search volume, I want to see at least 500, but preferably a lot more. So let's go ahead and search that and see what it comes up with. Oh, wait. Minimum word count, we want probably 2 at least, because you don't want to search for like socks, right? Or something like that. Something that's very common. It's probably going to have at least 2 words. So minimum of 2 words. So came up with only 67 phrases out of all of that. So that's not that much. But again, the criteria is that's pretty tough criteria here. So let's take a look and see what we've got. Cheap notebooks. Lego. I looked at this earlier. I saw a lot of Lego. So let's just go ahead and get rid of the word Lego. I don't know what's such a hot thing right now. Right there, from 67 to 39, just by taking out Lego. So, this was interesting. It's not something I'm going to do. I actually thought about it for a moment. But this is, so I was watching on Amazon, not Amazon, Alibaba, and they were talking about these electrostatic sprayers, and it would be a good time. This model in particular, people are really getting into, and this wouldn't be necessarily a bigger item. It's not real big. I mean, it's not small either. It would maybe considered an oversized item depending on the packaging, but point being is like it's not like a desk or it's not like a chair or it's not it's not necessarily a monstrous item, right? Like a really big oversized item. It's not a wall mirror. It's nothing huge, and there's nothing wrong with doing those, but that's not what the item is, and it's really cool. And actually, I looked it up and it was on I think like 60 Minutes or something like that, where you spray this like antibacterial like cloud of foam or whatever it is, and it's like the charge just like connects to everything, and it just like kills everything. It's really cool. I guess there's some kind of chemical you put in there, and that's what I didn't want to get involved with it. I don't want to be involved with any kind of chemical, but for people that are willing to do those extra steps, maybe it's getting in the hazmat program. I'm not even sure this would be considered hazmat, but you can do really well. I mean, you can see, look at that. These are some of the newer models, and they were showing those on Alibaba. They have this September thing where they're showing all these different products. I showed it in one of my last couple videos. So basically, it's a great place to find new products. And if you get a new model right here, like this is a new model, right? And you get that launched, there's not much to it. And they could make, hundreds of thousands of dollars with this potentially. It seems like my Jungle Scout is now working. So they're doing 24 sales of these a day at $120. Let's say you're getting those for $40, $50. They could be making $40, $50 a sale there. They're doing 24 sales a day. That's a heck of a payday right there. So yeah, they're doing really well. There's a lot of potential here. If you got a model that wasn't being used yet, or maybe put your own spin on it, maybe a different color. In this case, it's so early in the market that you could probably do just a newer model, do some benefits, look at what the reviews are saying, what people don't like, and find a newer model that kind of fixes that. So yeah, good time to jump in there, I think, if you would really want to put that all together. Not something that I would do, but again, look at the reviews, not great, so maybe find what the problem is here and see if you can find a model that solves it. So yeah, you can make a ton of money doing this. I'm sure if you got it in and get the right product in. Anyway, let's move on. So, LOL. Oh, good. I've been seeing LOL everywhere. Let's not check that out either. If you have little girls, you know what LOL is. Okay, so let's remove those two. I removed a few more. Outdoor space heater. Yeah, that's a good one. May or may not have been on my list. Let's see. I've been seeing these everywhere. Tree stands for deer hunting. I mean, I did think about actually putting them on a list. But not only that, the spikes are showing up too, the ones you climb up with because it's hunting season. So there's all kinds of different chairs. This would be a good, nice, oversized item to do. If you found one that was a little bit of a different model, maybe added a cup holder on there, that'd be kind of neat. Or a little holder that sticks out on the side, you could hold a few things. Yeah, there could be a lot of neat things you could put here. The ones that obviously have legs, the feet, things that stick out further so you can stretch your feet out, especially for taller guys. Obviously, you'd want a sturdy one. So yeah, I mean, you could really do well with these. You can see, obviously with any product, including these, you're going to need product liability insurance because that could be a big deal. But yeah, these are selling fairly well for some people. It depends on what they have in there, and yeah, I think there's some potential there. It would cost a bit of money to get going though, but you can definitely customize it. You can see how it kind of has like a bar. Maybe if you fall out and fall asleep, you don't want to fall out of the tree. But these spike things as well, they climb up like to make like a ladder. They've been very popular as well. That's a smaller product you could launch compared to the chair itself, or combine them together, and that would be a good product as well. So I haven't seen anybody combine them together yet, oddly enough, but that would be a good thing to do. So this is definitely finding some good products. And if we look at, if I do go to this and I check it out on the extension, now the new one's supposed to give like an opportunity score over here. It doesn't. It gives that success score. They had see the one. Maybe I had to download it, but the one I was seeing in the video, there was like two circles here with numbers. So maybe I just don't have that yet, or maybe I need to download it. I'm not sure. But I think changes to this are coming as well, and you'll be able to customize it under your settings. Which open my list. Yeah, this I don't know how to actually do it. All right, but I'm not. I obviously don't have the updated version yet. So anyway, changes are coming to that. So fall pillows. I see, like decorated pillows. See, yeah, all seasonal related. They're doing really well. Anything Halloween related, fall related is doing really well. So yeah, there's not a ton to choose from here, so you might have to loosen up a little bit, maybe up to 150 reviews. There's that disinfecting fogger again I was just talking about. Trailer cover, I haven't seen that. So there you go. I mean, people are starting to, maybe not travel because the summer's ending. Again, this is probably somewhat seasonal as well, I'm sure. So nothing wrong with doing seasonal as long as you know when to get in on time. Like pole safety covers for in-ground poles. People are shutting down their poles, so if you have a pole shutdown kit or in-ground, if you have a cover for your pole, sure, this is going to be the time where you're going to sell them, right? So you'd be too late to try to get into it now. There's again that sprayer I was talking about, S20 Ultra. I have no idea. Must be new phone. RBG T-shirt. I don't know. Notorious RBG. Not entirely sure. Outdoor heating lamps. That's probably along the lines of outdoor heaters, outdoor space heaters. Wink, wink. I might have had that on a list of mine. Anyway, so yeah, it is. I wouldn't necessarily call it a game changer. It's definitely changing some things. I found the same products without this, but it does offer an interesting way to do a search. It offers more options to basically narrow your search down a little more. You can do, review count here, but this lets you do, the number that are less than. So that's kind of neat. So if we go like 150, I'm sure it's going to pull up a lot more. A lot. So it quadruples almost, or triples at least the amount. So sublimation machine. What is it, like a heat press? Yeah, heat press. Man, t-shirts must be big right now. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, there's another one. That's what shows. Yeah, desks are big right now. Pole winterizer kit. There you go. Heaters for the porch. Wine refrigerators. Predator monitor. Hunting? No, literally. Literally, I thought it was like something out you put out in the woods to try to. Never mind. Outdoor space heater. Yep, there we go again. Car refrigerator. It's an interesting one. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of neat. A couple different models there. This looks like something. Well, it's a bigger item though. I don't know how heavy these are. I'd have to check it out, but something you'd almost drop ship, you know, like. But you can see the high prices on these. Again, you'd have to find kind of a unique model, maybe put a unique design on it. Um, Kind of neat, actually. It's. I guess you would just hook it up to like your car lighter. I'm guessing instead of a Kohler. Thing about it is today though you have. I'm just thinking from my point of view, you have these. I guess it could be useful for sure, but then again, you have these. Yeti Kohlers that can keep your stuff cold for like 3 or 4 days or more. So I guess if you combine that with an actual working fridge, that's different though. It's like a mini portable fridge. It'd be a bigger item you could do. You could do well. I mean, these guys are making decent sales for such a high priced item. I mean, $330 item, but 6 sales a day. Yeah, that's not bad. So if you could find a good one, I mean, goodness, 256 sales a day. They have 10,000, so they've probably been around forever. But wow, yeah, there's a lot of different models here. Kind of interesting, but again, it's based off of getting a newer model, something that solves a problem that maybe one of these are having. But interesting nonetheless. So yeah, if you guys, when you do actually see it, if you don't have the diamond plan, which that's the really expensive ones, like $200 almost, that's going to eventually show up, and then you're going to have the ability to do that review thing. So, huh, that's pretty neat. A lot of electronic stuff. These are the bigger machines, of course, but these little ones are kind of neat. Good for your dog to play. Yeah, it's interesting. So check it out when you get a chance. Other than that, just give you guys an update on what's been going on with me. Sales have been up and down, up and down. Um, they were doing really well. Now lately, they've just kind of been shooting up lately. It seems like. I'm not sure why. I guess going into Q4, things are starting to pick up, and which is a good thing. Um, yeah, these are my sales for today. I am currently at about 1,400, and I've been doing an average. This month, I'm almost at 50. I'm at 59,000 plus, which is really good. Just give you guys a heads up. No BS. That's me refreshing my screen, but it's doing really well. I'm really expanding out the couple of main items that I do have. Um, I'm really, I believe, and I wish I would have been told this earlier, building a brand out. And I was told, actually, Paul actually told me this, to build out within my niche. And he told me, right away to do that. The problem I had was cash flow. I didn't have it to build out within the niche. I wish I did, because I would have done even better. Um, but if you have a successful product, I think what you want to concentrate on is building out within your niche. One of the students I talk to now, he's doing exactly that, and he's doing really well. And the nice part is, too, if you get even variations of a product, that gives more options. Whether it's just very small variation, maybe it could just be as simple as a color. That gives people another option to order, those different colors. So, if you or sell a decent amount of each one of them, I think it's going to give you a better chance to get a sale, simply because if you have, and depending on what your niche is, but if you have multiple colors, you have multiple options. Like, I've seen a lot of different products out there that might have 4 or 5 different options, and maybe they sell a couple of each day, but that adds up, and it's just one way to do it, and it can increase your profits. But it can cost more for advertising too, because you're trying to advertise every different thing, depending on how the variations are broken up and everything. But yeah, try to build out within your niche. I think that's good advice. If you guys haven't already found a product for Q4, it's getting kind of late. It's not too late yet, but if you want to get in by November, you've got to pick a product like now, like this week. And you got to get it in production so you can get it shipped in for November, because usually production time, a lot of times it can take 2 to 4 weeks. National holiday right now. China's on a national holiday. I think it's from October 1st to the 8th. I'm not saying everybody's going to be off at that time, but they're going to be off some of that time. So that's another week lost. So if you don't have a product idea in the works now, if it's not getting any in production within the next week or two, I think you're going to be hurting, because you're not going to have any kind of reviews either heading into November. And that's where you really need them. Especially once it hits the end of November, that's when, Black Friday, and things will just start blowing up. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to try to launch in January and February. I've done it with a product. It's very hard to do. It goes very slow. It's painfully slow. Now, if you have a product that meets that time of year, maybe it wouldn't be, but it's very hard to do, in my opinion, for a lot of products. It's a slower time of year. People don't have a lot of money. They've spent it on Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever holiday. But yeah, so anyway, I hope what I've gone over here is useful. It's a new feature coming out. It's kind of neat to see. I like how they're innovating. But I would like to see a little more customization there. If they could do that, I would think that would be a little better for people. So you guys have a great night. If you have anything you want me to talk about, please hit me up on fbacommute@gmail.com or comment in the comments. Please subscribe. That really helps me bring content. I would appreciate that. And if you did like the video, please like the video as well. If you didn't dislike, that's fine as well. But I hope you guys get something from what I'm bringing. And if you, again, want anything to do with coaching, I do have a spot or two open. It's at patreon.com/FBA commute. And Brian Maples is, it should be under FBA commute. And that's Brian Maples. I'm the coach. So I do like to offer a lot more personal time via Skype. And I think any students that have been with me will tell you that. So I try to be more hands-on and answer more questions, but it does take a lot of my time, so I try to limit how many students I have. So anyway, guys, have a great night. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.